What's up, guys? Avery Jackalope here, Rob Ricks. I got to talk with you a little bit about having kids. I got three, and youngest one is shit. He's gonna be let's see. One is 15, 13, 11. He's gonna be 11. Okay, so my youngest is gonna be 11, and my oldest is now 15. And having kids is an amazingly awesome thing, but at the same time, it it gives you a vulnerability. All right, so my kids inspire me and push me and amaze me every fucking day, you know. Um, but at the same time, I'm not quite the person that I was before the kids. Before the kids came around, there was nothing I was afraid of. Absolutely nothing. I feared no man, nothing. It was like, fuck it, bring it on, motherfucker. And, I figured if I fucking died, I died. Shit, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. It's fate, right? So I wanted to get motorcycles, and my mom as a ER nurse and my dad also as an ER nurse, both of them put their feet down and said, fuck no, you will never get a motorcycle ever, because if you get a motorcycle, you will crash at some point, and we see a lot of fuckers that come in brain dead. And I'm like, fuck it. I had the stance, fuck it. If it's my time to die, it's irrelevant. My time comes to die, I'll either drown in a bathtub, slip and fall on the concrete outside, bust my head open. If I'm in a car, get in a car accident. I'm on a motorcycle, get in a motorcycle accident, whatever. To which my mom would say, okay, fine, genius. What about being on a motorcycle, falling, hitting your head, and being a vegetable? You're not dead, so you fated to be a vegetable? I'm like, yep, yep. That's the kind of little smart ass dick I was. Yep. But I never rode a motorcycle, because even though I was a dick, I wasn't a dumb dick. If my parents felt that strongly about it, I did enough due diligence, and I have a lot of friends that ride motorcycles, and they all say the same thing. It's not if you're gonna fall, it's when you're gonna fall, right? It's inevitable. Motorcycles, you just, you might fall and you get a little scratch, or you might fall and fuck yourself up pretty bad. Anyway, I'm getting away from the gist of the story here. So anyway, um, always considered myself a Billy badass. I didn't give a fuck. I'd fight, do whatever. I didn't give a shit. Until the day my daughter was born. When Angel was born, I suddenly had this fear. This ball of fear showed up right about here. Right here. And I was terrified. I had this little life in my hands that I was responsible for. And that responsibility terrified me. Scared the shit out of me. I realized the consequences of my actions would directly affect my child. And that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of responsibility, and that's a realistic way to look at being a parent, a child, right? So, Angel was born, and I suddenly was scared, because I didn't want something to happen and affect the quality of life of my wife and my child. So then I had another daughter, Miley, and again, there it was. And then of course Zach came a couple years later, and I did the wise thing and snipped my shit at that point, because I said, no more fucking kids, we're done. 3 is enough. Fuck that. I can't have any more than 3. But anyway, I digress. That's a different topic. So I have 2 points that made me feel like a bitch and a man at the same time. Years ago in San Francisco, I was at a nightclub. I used to go clubbing with my niece all the time, and we'd go hang out, and I'd keep an eye on her, make sure she was safe, and she'd kind of make sure I didn't get into trouble. Well, one time she didn't go. I went clubbing with myself. Went to go see if I could, get my groove on, hook up with some honeys, right? Well, I get there. and holler at this one chick that's across the way. She's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for my man." "Oh, sorry, I didn't see him." "So, you're hot. Figured I'd holler. Holla, 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 holla." And I went back across the way. I'm sitting there drinking my Coca-Cola, just chilling. This motherfucker shows up with his boys. And I guess they had been there for a while. I'd seen him when I first came in, and they were at the bar. And I got to the club a little bit late. This motherfucker was drunk. So I'm sitting across from here. I'm leaning on the rail, and I'm looking. I'm hunting. I'm trying to find another honey to holler at, right? I happen to look up. I make eye contact with this motherfucker. He bumps his boys. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's on. Ain't this a bitch? Now, this is before I had kids. Okay? It's before I had kids. So the motherfucker comes up to me and he's all, "What's up, dude? Fucking looking at?" I said, "Dude, I wasn't looking at shit. I was sitting here drinking my drink. You're across from me. I was looking down. I just happened to look up." "Yeah, my girl said you tried to holler at her." I said, "I did. That was before I knew she was here with you." Right? He's all, "Fuck you, bitch." I'm all, "Dude, just take your drinks. Go back around. No harm, no foul. My apologies. I will try not to look in your general direction." Okay? And I said, took a sip of my Coke, put it back down on the rail. Dude went, put hands on me, grabbed the shoulder, right? Went like this, caught it up, pulled it up, hyperextending his elbow, right? He comes back, okay? He goes to throw, punch, throw it to the side, boom, gut check him. He was so drunk, the reflexes weren't there. So when I gut check him, my hand goes further than it had ever gone before. I kid you not, I think I punched that motherfucker's spine. Anyway, proceeded to knock the wind out of him, pulled back, uppercut, he goes back. A couple of his friends start coming. All of a sudden, my arm gets snatched from behind me. I get chicken winged from the back, and I'm doing like this, and I'm looking, who the fuck is it? It's the bouncer. I'm trying to reach back, grab my Coke. I just want to grab my Coke, grab my Coke, grab my Coke. I just want to finish my drink. Bouncer bounces me the fuck out. Fuck. I get thrown out. All those motherfuckers get thrown out. Their girls get thrown out. So there's like 9 of us outside. Dude's like, "Now I'm gonna fuck you up. We gonna fuck you up now, motherfucker." I'm like, "Dude, I already done kicked your ass once. You want it again?" He goes, "You can't take us all." And his girl jumps around, starts pushing him. "Fuck you. You always do this and that and that." So I just started walking up the street. Well, about halfway up the street towards the parking lot where I was parked was a couple of cop cars. And, there's usually cop cars parked outside the club waiting for the club to end. And so the dude starts trying to run up, and I just go like this. I said, "There's police right there. Do you really want to go to jail tonight?" And he kind of looks past me, and he sees the cops, and the cops are like looking because they see these 4 dudes running up to catch up to me. And they said, fucker, you're lucky, fucker." So they break out. So that was shit I was getting in Northern California. I was getting kind of trouble like that. So anyway, I go to Southern California, meet my wife. Years pass by. We have daughter number 1. Angel is a baby, right? We moved back to Northern California. I'm living over in Hayward. Okay. We're in a grocery store. We're in this grocery store, and we're going through the checkout line. And I got my daughter here. I'm pushing the shopping cart. My wife's next to me. And I had gained weight. I had gained a substantial amount of weight. So I had went from 215 pounds, probably about 260, right? And I had, different hairstyle, different this, different that. Because, almost 2 years had passed since I had kicked this motherfucker's ass. And he was drunk. So anyway, I'm in a checkout line, and I turn around because somebody comes up behind us in the checkout line, and I make eye contact with the motherfucker. And I recognize him immediately. It's the motherfucker that I scorpioned and I hit his fucking spine, right? And he kind of looks at me for half a second like, "Oh shit, it's the motherfucker, right?" And I do this. So I turn like this. "Hey, how you doing?" He's all, fine, great, great. And I turn back around, and my wife's all, the fuck? What did you just do? And she sees I'm holding the cart, and so we go, we pay for our stuff, and we bounce out quick. She's like, why are you acting so weird? I said, that's the motherfucker that I fucking gut checked. I told you that story in San Francisco at the club. She's like, oh shit, did he recognize you? I said, I don't know, but I played it off like I was a geeky guy. And so anyway, my point is, I have my brand new baby sitting here, you know, in the cart. Yeah, she wasn't brand new. She was over 1 at the time. But anyway, I had a brand new baby that I had a kid. And, you know, I made eye contact with a fucker that I had kicked the shit out of before. And I just pretended I wasn't that person because I was scared. I wasn't scared that he could kick my ass or anything. I was scared that there could be collateral damage. You know, you get in a tussle and you fucking are fighting with something, you know, cart could have flipped over, my daughter could have got hurt. Shit, it could have escalated. I can only imagine what would happen if he fucked with me and I hurt my daughter because of it and she was hurt. I would probably end up in prison or jail because I would, you know, the anger and stuff you feel when you're protecting your children is completely irrational. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you to explain to anybody who might be considering having kids. The children are an extreme source of inspiration, but at the same time, they also present you with a fear you might not be familiar with. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but it's a realistic thing, and it is something that you need to consider, to weigh the options of whether or not it's a good mood to have a kid. So if you're in a high-risk lifestyle, you're law enforcement, military, drug dealer, whatever, if there's a high level of danger involved with your career, just know that's gonna be a weak point for you, and that could be another point of leverage that somebody could take against you. So I know that prevents me from doing a lot of stuff I normally would do, and that's the wife. All right, guys. Until next time, be good to each other. Talk to you later.